We're going to take a look at how to save custom settings files to be able to change a group of settings or material types from one job to another. So it might be the case that you have cabinets that you build that are 3/4 inch using 3/4 inch material, and then also you might have another product line that is using 5/8 material. So we're going to take a look at how to adjust and save different files based on the main settings that we have. So currently going into Tools and then Settings. Any setting changes that you make to the settings remains there for the next time you open up Cabinet Parts Pro. So currently, if our material is set up at 0.75 material or at 5/8 material, we could see that 5/8 material. That any change that I make now, and if I close Cabinet Parts Pro and open it back up, those settings remain. It is the case that if you want to change from 3/4 to 5/8 or from 5/8 to 3/4, you can just come in here and modify all of these settings every time under the Materials tab. But we're able to save different settings. So for this case, I would go to File or make all the changes that I want and get all the other settings the way I would like to have them be for my 5/8 material. Once you have that set, you would come into Save Custom File and give it a custom file name. The saving does take a little bit of time, and it takes a minute or so for it to save, so you have to be a little bit patient with that saving. And then once that is saved, you could make changes and modify another group of settings, and again come up into Save Custom File or Custom Settings and give it a name. I have 3 different custom settings that I've already saved: plywood 3/4 or 0.75 or 75, plywood 75 with backs at 1/4, and then plywood at 625. Loading these settings files does not take that much time at all. So right now, going to Materials, we have our material set to be 0.625. If I want a job that is 3/4 material, we just come in here to load the customs file, come down and select the settings file that I would like, select Open. Now when we come into the material, we will now see that our material is 0.75 thick. And we're able to see that as well in the nesting. Going to add this cabinet to the list, calculate nest. And we will see the material type from when we click on any one of these parts. Over on the Info tab, we see that that part is 3/4 inch plywood. To switch over to, say, 5/8, again, that is going to Tools, Settings, load a custom file, come down and select the custom file that you had saved earlier from Save Custom, selecting Open. Now all of the settings have just now been changed to use the 5/8 material. But we already have a cabinet that is still in this cabinet list. That settings change did not affect this cabinet that's already here. So if we entered in a new cabinet, we would get a couple of sheets, one for 3/4 inch parts and one for 5/8 parts. And to see this, we'll add another cabinet and calculate and nest. We're going to have a blend of materials or a blend of jobs here. One is, when we select here, we could see that that is 3/4 inch plywood. Then we switch over to another sheet. We could see that that sheet is 5/8 plywood. To clear out, just go File, New. Now we have, again, our settings from the last time we loaded the settings. It's just 5/8 material. So anything we enter in from now on into the list is going to be 5/8. Regardless if I close Cabinet Parts Pro and open it back up, the last loaded settings file retain and are saved and are in use. You could also use the settings file to change from this type or the style of cabinets that you are building. So for example, we had another setting in there for 3/4 inch material, but my backs are out of 1/4 inch material instead of 5/8 or instead of 3/4. This loading the settings file also changes and saves all of the features in the construction method that each one of those cabinets are built. So again, I am loaded in a custom settings file that uses 3/4 inch material for everything with the exception of the backs, and the backs are going to be 1/4 inch thick, and that is when we nest, we are going to get our backs placed on separate sheets. So we can see there is our 3/4 inch plywood, and using the scroll bar to scroll to our 1/4 inch plywood. So again, tools, settings, load and save custom settings file that really helps speed things up to go from one type of construction method to another quick and easy, and hopefully this helps.